Guys, if you like Fox bodies, and particularly 4-eye Fox bodies that make over 1,000 wheel and actually get drag raced, you're gonna enjoy this video here today. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and guys, today we're still at Foxtoberfest 2022, but I've got another car review for you here. It's actually starting to thin out a little bit. We're getting near the end, but guys, this is one I've seen on a few other YouTube channels, and I finally get my crack at it. It's an 86, but there's a lot to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring the owner, Brian, in here through the magic of YouTube. I know you guys love this, I do it every time. Hey, Brian, welcome to the channel. We transported you here. Good to see you. Are you enjoying the show so far?
Yes, having a blast.
Awesome, awesome. You were actually in the Hanlon Motorsports booth, is that right?
Yes, in the Hanlon booth all day.
All right, well, let's start there because actually he got me my Tremec 3650. I've already told him it's over 1,000 horsepower. What kind of trans are you running in this?
T56 Magnum, done by Hanlon Motorsports specifically for my build.
So he custom built your 56
Yes.
Magnum?
Yes.
And they usually can hold a lot of power, but 1,000, he had to add a little extra in there, I'm sure.
Yeah, we did a little extra work to it to ensure it'll hold up to somewhere around 1,300.
So you got a little more in it then?
Yeah, we're gonna turn it up.
Okay, all right, well, we're not gonna give the number away just yet, but it is over 1,000. Before we get to the engine, because that's what we want to talk about, why this car, right? You've been Fox body guy for a while.
Forever.
Yeah, forever. So how many Foxes have you owned, probably?
52.
50? I thought it was like 20 or something. 52?
52 different FoxBody cars, 4 SN95 cars, so 56 total, counting this one.
Okay, is this actually your last one, or you got to bought any more since?
It'll be my last FoxBody. I'll have the car until I'm gone.
And also, you like 4-eyes, right? And your first Fox body was a 4-eye, I believe.
Correct.
So that's why I got another 4-eye. Also, the other reason that you got into this, just before we get into the build guide, I know how it gets. Like, these car builds get expensive. Sometimes it's like you got to go to the track because you like to race.
Yes.
The track gets expensive, right?
Yep.
Gas and all that. So you were kind of done in like 2010, which is 2022, but now we see this here. What sort of happened with that, Brian?
Decided I was going to retire and just go do stuff with the family in 2010. Lifelong friend, I met up with him in 2014, and he had been diagnosed with cancer, and it was a terminal diagnosis.
Oh.
And in talking with him, he asked what kind of hot rod I was working on. I told him I didn't have anything, and said he'd known me my whole life, and he never knew me to be without a car. And when he passed away, it sparked my interest to want to get another car, because that's what people knew me for, was having a car.
Yeah, and him in particular, and going through that battle, and he's like, what do you mean, Brian, you don't have a car? That's how.
Yeah.
So you picked this one up. Now, when he got it, guys, it did not come like this, right, Brian?
No, not at all. Long way from this.
Let's sit down in the interior a little bit and talk about it. We'll get a little bit better audio in there too. Now, guys, I started out in here because we're looking at pretty much the interior, how you got it for the most part, right?
Yes.
Now, you changed the gauges.
Yeah, it's got a Dakota digital panel and our cluster in it, and a removable steering wheel because I'm a big guy and it's easier to get in and out.
Yeah, now that's the one thing. Me and Brian, we're roughly the same size human being, so I definitely appreciate that you know, adding that makes it a lot easier. I kind of like drag my foot over here, guys. You're the second owner of this car,
Yes,
right?
Second owner.
86 original GT, guys. What else have you gotten? Well, by the way, I do love this pistol grip here. It's looking good. And a lot of people don't stick shift race, right?
Yeah, a lot of people are not into it. Everybody, automatics are faster, this and that, but I've had one automatic car in my life that was a Mustang, and I made one pass at the track with the automatic and put it on my trailer and took it home and converted it back to a stick that night.
Really, that night?
That night, I put a T5 back in the car the same night. It was the most boring thing I've ever drove in my life.
So you got to be banging gears.
Yeah, if you're gonna be in a Fox body, for me, I gotta be banging gears. I gotta have fun.
I gotta agree with you. Those were always the fastest ones, right? Like autos weren't fast back then.
No.
It was the manual. Is this how you shift? I'm not used to this pistol grip.
That's for the line lock. So when I'm going to do a burnout, push that button, pump the brakes, and then I don't have to hold the brake pedal to do a burnout. This actually engages the front brakes and keeps the car stationary to do a burnout.
And you got a full cage in here, obviously.
Yes.
Now, they had an exhaust contest at Foxtoberfest, and they also had an audio contest. And you entered your 10-second flat drag card to the audio competition.
Yeah, it's got a full stereo.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. That's pretty cool, man.
It's 1500 watts with a 12-inch kicker sub, all kicker components in the car. I've got to have a stereo. I can't be without it. Yeah, I'm an old man, but I got to have my tunes, and I got to be banging going down the street.
Right. All right. So I think we've held them off long enough. Let's show them what's under the hood, Brian. First of all, we're not looking at a small block Ford. What are we looking at here, Brian?
Started life as a Gen 1 Coyote truck motor is what it started life
A
as.
truck motor. Okay. You pulled it from a junkyard?
I watched the junkyard workers pull it out of the truck as I paid for it to get it. It's progressed. It's no longer a stock truck engine. It's been sleeved and fully forged rotating assembly. It's got a set of ported heads on it, and then the Whipple Gen 5 sitting on top of it.
Okay, did you do the oil pump gears on it?
It's got oil pump gears. It's actually got a whole new oil pump. When I did oil pump gears, a new oil pump housing. It's got all billet, crank sprocket, and timing components in it have been upgraded. This engine in its current form, there's nothing that's been untouched. Everything has been upgraded in the engine.
Wow. Wow. And how long, so I forgot about this, but from the time you bought the car until you got it to now, how long did that take you?
It's been almost 9 years.
Okay. You know what? You just made me feel good here real quick, because hold my camera for 1 second. See my shirt, guys? I thought 3 years was bad. So, Brian, you made me feel better for that one. That's Nemesis.
It's a 9-year process. I did it in stages.
That's the key. You did actually have it on the road, right, at one point.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's been on the road every year.
Okay, that is better than mine.
Got the car running in bone stock form and drove it and was less than impressed with 200 horsepower.
Really? You don't say.
So I actually modified the 302 that was in the car, put a turbo on it, and ended up blowing it up. And when I did a cost analysis of a new bulletproof 302 versus a Coyote swap, I made the decision to do the Coyote.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, they're easy to pull out. I forgot to ask you about the cams. Is it still truck cams? You changed it to Mustang cams?
It's got a set of L&M.
Oh, better than Mustang cams.
Yeah. Yeah, they're upgraded cams, full VCT function and everything with it, so we can still maintain some drivability, but still make decent power with the cam. Still about drivability because I drive the car everywhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you driving all around here.
I take my kids to dinner. I put 2 car seats in the back if I have to.
Oh, there you go.
And that's why it's got a back seat in it, so I can put the kids in the car and we can enjoy it as a family.
Yeah, you're full interior, right? Yeah, full weight, full interior. I interrupted you on the cams. You said they're not Mustang cams. What are they called?
They're L&M performance cams. L&M, I think, is in Ohio or somewhere.
Okay.
They build a bunch of Coyote engines, do a bunch of Coyote R&D work. They do some 4.6 modular stuff, but their cams work pretty good over stock. So
okay. And now, what about the paint scheme here? I kind of love that. Why'd you go with that? Was it to match the black and red on the car, basically?
It's to match the black and red, but my last setup in the car was a Gen 2 2.9 Whipple, and I did my own paint work on it to be different from the standard paint finish on the blowers that everybody else has. I wanted something to stand out, and I didn't want to duplicate it on this new setup, so I started over. And I walked in my garage one morning and got out my airbrush and just started doing this, and this is the end result, and I was happy with it, so it stayed.
You know what, this is just me, and we haven't talked about this at all, and it might have get cut, but when I look at this paint this way and the way the light's hitting it right now, I think of the engine as the heart of the car. This almost looks like lifeblood coming out of the heart to me.
Yeah, could work like that.
All right.
I see where you're going.
All right, so he sees it. So I don't know if he likes it, but he sees it.
I do like it.
Guys, he's also never named a car. I don't know if you ever want to name a car, Brian, but I'm going to go with Lifeblood. That's my name, but I'm sure y'all could come up with better names. But it's your 86. It's Brian's 86. Actually, I forgot about that. You've got an Instagram account as well, right?
Yes.
What's your Instagram? I'll put it up on the screen.
Coyote 4i.
Coyote 4i. Okay. I mean, we talked about the engine, the transmission. What do you do in the rear end here? Let's go walk around. You got big tires.
Yeah, it's mini tub.
It is mini tubbed. Okay.
Got a narrowed 8.8 under it, aerospace disc brakes, full UPR rear suspension. Just everything you can throw at it from UPR under a FoxBody, it's got it.
And are these the NT 555Rs or?
They're the 555 R2s. So
R2s, okay.
I've been running those for the last 2 years.
You actually do run these exact tires on the drag strip too, right?
The car will run low 10s on those tires, exactly how it's set up and how I drove it in here today. It'll run low 10s all day long.
Wait a second, are you saying that you got a 10-second car?
How are you 10-second car?
Yes.
I mean, that was back in the day.
Yeah,
Fast and Furious.
I'm not giving it away though.
No? Okay. Where's the pink slip?
But I do have the pink slip to my car.
It's at home in the safe.
Okay, that's smart. The tuning on it, I guess OZ did the tuning?
Yeah, Oz Tuning does.
Oz tuning, okay.
Oz is in the truck market doing a lot of Coyote trucks with great results. And some of us reached out to him in the early stages of Coyote swap cars, and he did some tuning, and the results have been great with me. So that's who does my tuning for me.
Oh, that's awesome. So big shout out to Oz Tuning. And then obviously you 5-lug swaps it. Are you Cobra brakes up front?
No, it's got aerospace brakes front and rear.
Front and rear, okay. Those are quite a step up. They look good. And then people always ask me what the wheels are.
Wheels are Ford Star F14s.
Oh, like the Tomcat. There you go.
Yeah.
Easy to remember. How much booster are you making? I forgot if I already asked you.
It makes around 16, 17 pounds of boost in its current setup.
We'll go ahead and finally tell them what's the wheel horsepower.
It makes right out of 1,080 horsepower.
1,080. So 1,080 horsepower. It's actually pretty mild mannered. That's the biggest thing I noticed about the Coyotes is it's very drivability,
Yeah,
right?
drivability is awesome. We've been cruising the interstates out here, 80, 85 miles an hour like a bone stock car.
Yeah. What's the rear end gears in it?
It's got 373s.
Okay, but you got the C56 Magnum, so 6 speed's great, right?
6 speed, throw it in 6 on the interstate, and just go.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get crank up real quick, hear fire, and listen to that Coyote howl. He does have a parachute too, guys. You can't beat that. Actually quiet at first. Don't spray water on me. It sounds good. Brian, it sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing it on the channel.
Yes, sir.
And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button because I got sprayed with water. If you're stopping here for the first time, please subscribe. We'll see you here next time on Gearhead 704.